The Descent was directed by Neil Marshall, and the story follows six friends that reunite for a caving expedition. Their adventure soon goes horribly wrong when a collapse traps them deep in an underground cave. They then find themselves pursued by bloodthirsty creatures. Being trapped in a cave is one thing, but being trapped down there with some man-eating creatures? Yeah, I'll pass. The marketing for this film back in 2005 mainly centered around the cave expedition part of the movie, and only hinted that something was down there in the caves with these characters. Which I found to be smart because it would only go beyond what audiences were expecting. And that doesn't go to say that these creatures aren't scary or have no purpose for the narrative. Well, actually, I think they are a really good example of a jump scare, because these creatures widely depend on surprising their prey, clinging onto ceilings, and blending into their environment. It starts with psychological effects with our main character, Sarah, when she tragically loses her family in a car accident. The cinematography here is gorgeous. The forest has these muted colors that emoted with this depressing vibe, which contrasted nicely against the girl's excitement to go on this adventure. Shot on location, I love how well they were able to capture the darkness being filled by the lights and the flares, as well as the flashlights. This is one of the best creature features of all time. I genuinely find this movie terrifying. I find it terrifying before they even encounter the creatures. It builds off of the claustrophobic fear so well, and the camera work sells it so perfectly that by the time they encounter the creatures down there, it just feels like a nightmare in hell. So a rock collapses, blocking off the path that our six female characters came from. After being trapped and finding their way out of this unknown cave, the group finds themselves in the feeding grounds of these creatures, which is one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie.
Take your pick. Oh, fuck it. Hello! Please. Is there anybody there? Hello!
The movie really doesn't let you breathe until it ends. There's moments in the film where our characters think they have hope, only to reach another dead end. No recognizable actors in the cast, which I always love when watching horror movies because it only adds to the unknown. You never know who's gonna make it out or not. The camera work also has a realistic way of showing us the internal struggle and tension between these characters, without them having to say anything. Mainly speaking between the Juno and Sarah conflict, when Juno's secrets are then revealed. The character Juno is both complex and interesting. It's a really low blow when you find out she was having an affair with her best friend's husband, which is unforgivable. In the caves, however, she was really protective of everyone, and fought really hard to keep the crawler from getting Holly. With Beth, she just couldn't accept she did something so awful to her. Beth, quite frankly, was a goner. There was no way they were able to help her. It was clearly an unfortunate accident, but also messed up that Juno left her there to die, which later on led to her demise after this epic badass fight scene her and Sarah have against these creatures. So technically there is 3 endings to this movie: the original script version, the theatrical version, and the director's cut version. The original script version was supposed to be about the character Sarah, who goes crazy and kills all her friends, but the director changed it because the studio wanted a sequel. And as far as that sequel, it doesn't exist. The theatrical ending is the one that most are familiar with. The character Sarah makes it out alive, dealing with the trauma she deals with both the cave experience and in her personal life, which I feel like undermines the character's whole point. Which leads me to the director's cut's ending, which I find superior than both of the other versions, which has Sarah escape only to find it a hallucination, with her still being stuck in the cave, but accepting her fate and being at peace with it because she basically lost everything. The set designs, the acting, the creatures, the claustrophobic environment. The Descent is definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it. Check it out. I think you'll love it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to bringing on more videos soon. Comment down below what movie y'all want me to review next, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm Matt, and I'll see you guys in the next video.